Hello everyone, it's Fallon. Rendering is my favorite part of the process, so I thought I'd make a short tutorial on how I do so. Brushes will be linked in the description. Let's go. Okay, pause. This tutorial is now several months old, and so it's pretty outdated. I'm working on a new one, trust. Alright, so actually my rendering process comes last, right? So in order to get good rendering, you need to have a decent base. A decent base, which means that a decent base for me, in my opinion, means a solid sketch. I don't do line art, that's why I render. A solid sketch, good flat colors, and what do you call it? Yeah, solid shading. Solid shading is important. In rendering, all I do is I just clean up lines like you can see right now. I just clean up lines and I define colors and shapes. So in the beginning, when I start rendering, all I do right now, all I'm doing is cleaning up colors and I'm taking away from scratchy areas, and I'm just making everything more defined. The main method I use for rendering is just adding and then subtracting from it. Like you can see here with the shading on top of the head, I add a little more than I need, and then I take the bottom color and then I draw back on it. And here all you have to do for now at least is get a good idea of where you want the piece to end up being. This is a fairly simple illustration, but in my bigger pieces, I'll show them right now. In my bigger pieces, what I do is I figure out the mood while I'm doing shading. So during rendering, all I'm doing is defining and defining and defining and making it look polished, right? Alright, so I sped this part up, but here you can see this is like kind of the middle stage of rendering, where now I'm starting to slowly add something like a liner into my work. I don't usually do liner because I don't have the patience, and honestly it's not my style. I like doing things very scratchy and very loose, but that's basically what I'm doing here. Now I'm not subtracting from anything, I'm just adding and painting on top. For someone who likes doing line art, this is probably really frustrating to watch, but bear with me here. So, another thing that you probably shouldn't do while rendering, as I mentioned before, this is a very old recording. I needed to get content out, so I'm voicing it over. But another thing you shouldn't do while rendering is lose track of your original idea. For example here, For example here, I got really carried away with painting and rendering the eyes so much that I don't like how this piece turned out, if I'm being honest. But don't get carried away with rendering so much so that you lose track of your original idea. A lot of the times, the simpler the better. Keep it simple. Don't make it worse in trying to make it better. I know with digital art it's easy to get lost in the details, but it should be done, it shouldn't be perfect. Alright, well, that is the entire tutorial. I hope you found it useful. I will be posting an updated version maybe in the next 1 or 2 weeks because I do have some schoolwork that I need to catch up on before everything starts. So, yeah, thank you. And bye!